Hello, my dear students. It's me, your teacher Victoria, and we continue talking about literature. So, today we are going to discuss your favorite books. If you are ready, let's start. Які наші з вами очікувані результати на кінець уроку? Ви зможете вживати в усному мовленні та на письмі умовні речення першого типу, а також вірно використовувати розділові знаки в цих реченнях. Ви зможете попрактикувати наші лексичні одиниці, які ми вивчили на попередньому уроці. А також ви навчитесь відрізняти правильну інформацію при аудіюванні. А наприкінці уроку ви навчитесь розповідати про свою улюблену книгу. As usual, we have the rules how to use the video lesson. Number 1. Always stop the video when you see an exclamatory mark. And number 2. If you don't have on your phone the app Scanner QR downloaded from the Google Play, it will help you to find the exercises quicker. Well, the main questions we need to discuss today are: do you like reading? If yes, what sort of books? And what's the best book you've ever read? So, my dear students, you remember that your home task for today was to create your own dialogues using as many as possible sentences with first conditional. Well, this is the example which was given to you. But I think that the best way to check your dialogues is to use an online voice recorder. You can see the name of the app here. You can open it on your laptops or phones and just record your dialogues. Thank you. So this is how online voice recorder looks like. Just click the red button and record your dialogue. And now, my dear students, let's review the rule. What is first conditional? Умовне речення першого типу. We use the first conditional to talk about things that will or won't happen in a situation. If is a situation. The second part of the sentence is a result. We can use a negative verb in the if clause and the will clause. When the sentence begins with if, we use a comma after the situation. When the sentence starts with the result, we don't use comma. You can go to page 164 in your books and review the rule. So, we reviewed the rule and now we are going to practice it. Please open your workbooks at page 72 and complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. Don't forget about stop button. Let's check the answers. Number 1. What will you do if it rains tomorrow? Number 2. I won't listen to this music if you don't like it. Number 3. They will be really excited if we get them tickets to the concert. Number 4. If Alice works hard, she'll do well in her exams. Number 5. I will be really happy if I pass my exams. Number 6. If Maria doesn't go now, she won't see the beginning of the play. Number 7. If you do some exercise, you will feel better. Number 8. If it's hot and sunny at the weekend, we will go swimming with my friends. Number 9. If you eat more fruit and vegetables, you'll be healthier. Okay, it's a good chance to practice our pronunciation skills. Зверніть увагу. У питальних реченнях інтонація іде наступним чином. Перша частина речення – інтонація зверху вниз, друга частина – знизу вверх. У стверджувальних реченнях перша частина речення – інтонація знизу вверх, друга – зверху вниз. For example, what will you do if it rains tomorrow? I won't listen to this music if you don't like it. Now please repeat after me. What will you do if it rains tomorrow? I won't listen to this music if you don't like it. They'll be really excited if we get them tickets to the concert. If Alice works hard, she'll do well in her exams. I will be really happy if I pass my exams. If Maria doesn't go now, she won't see the beginning of the play. If you do some exercise, you'll feel better. If it's hot and sunny at the weekend, we will go swimming with my friends. If you eat more fruit and vegetables, you'll be healthier. So we come back to our workbook, page 72. The second task is write sentences in the first conditional. There are 6 sentences, and don't forget about stop the video button. Let's check the answers. Number 1. If I don't finish my project, I won't go to the cinema with you. Number 2. We will get fitter if we do more exercise each week. Number 3. She will learn Portuguese if she moves to Brazil. Number 4. They will be late for the dentist if they don't leave now. Number 5. If we don't win the match on Saturday, we will be very upset. Number 6. If he works hard, he will pass his Ukrainian exam. Well, you worked very hard, and now it's time to rest from the computer. My students and their parents will help us to do this. You see 4 exercises. Please repeat each exercise 5 times. Let's start. Well, and it's time to answer to the questions. Question number 1. Do you like reading? If yes, question number 2. What sort of books? And question number 3. What's the best book you've ever read? And we are going to listen to the answers to the same questions by Gian, Max, and Koya. Well, these are the questions to the people's stories. Please try to find the correct answers. Listen to very carefully. Number 1. Gian. This well-known book was in the box of old books that a neighbor gave me. I wasn't sure about it when I picked it up because I saw the pictures and thought it was a book for little children. But as I was bored, so I started reading. After a few pages, I couldn't stop, and when I got to the last page, I was quite upset that there wasn't more. It's about two friends who play a game and how it changes their lives. It's brilliant. Number 2, Max. This was one of the first books I ever had, but it's still a favorite. Even before I could read, I loved looking at the drawings as my parents read the story to me. Now my little sister's got it, and she loves it too. The writer has become quite famous, but this is the first book she wrote, and not many people have heard of it. It's very different from the books she wrote later. I suppose what you write about changes as your life changes. Number 3, Koya. I read this book for the first time when I was about 8. One of the reasons I liked it was that it was about people growing up in a place which I knew nothing about. My friend read it too, and our ideas for games often came from this book. I read it again recently, and I still think it's great, except the last few pages. What happens in them doesn't seem real. Come back to the text and listen to it for the second time. Для того, щоб краще виконати завдання, поверніться до тексту та прослухайте його другий раз. Let's check the answers. Number 1, C. Number 2, B. Number 3, A. Number 4, C. Number 5, C. Number 6, B. Number 7, A. And now we are going to learn how to make a book report or a book review. Number 1, you need to write down the title of the book. Number 2, you need to mention the author of the book. If it is possible and you are sure that you know the illustrator, you can mention him or her too. And you need to write down all the main characters of the book. Well, if you are ready, please click the stop button and start writing your book report. I will give you an example on my favorite book. My favorite book is The Lord of the Rings. It is written by a famous writer, J.R. Tolkien. The illustrator of this book is Alan Lee. The main characters are hobbits, Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, wizard Gandalf, Dark Lord Sauron, man Aragorn, and elf Legolas. The next steps of writing the book review are: where does it take place and when does it take place? What happened in the beginning? Don't forget to click the stop button and answer to these questions. Where does it take place and when? Unfortunately, nobody knows when it happens, but it takes place in the Middle Earth. It's an imaginary world. What happened in the beginning? Bilbo Baggins celebrates his birthday and leaves the ring to Frodo, his heir. Gandalf, a wizard, suspects it is a ring of power. 17 years later, he confirms it was lost by the Dark Lord Sauron and asks Frodo to take it away from Shire. Let's continue writing. The next question is, what happened in the middle? And then you need to write down, how does it end? At the end, you need to share your own opinion. What do you think of this story? So, what happened in the middle? The hobbits take the ring and try to get to the place where they can get rid of it. During their long way, they meet different people, elves and dangerous creatures. Some of them help hobbits, and the others want to kill them and take the ring. What happened in the end? At Ammonhan, Boromir tries to take the ring, but Frodo puts on the ring and disappears. Frodo chooses to cross the river and go alone to Mordor, but Sam, guessing what he intends, intercepts him. What do you think of this story? Lord of the Rings is considered one of the greatest books in the world, and it was the beginning of a new genre in the history of literature. At the end of the lesson, as usual, you can put a mark to yourself. I am completely satisfied, 50-50, or I am completely dissatisfied about the knowledge I've got at this lesson. So, I know how to use first conditional sentences in oral speech and in written. I know how to use punctuation in first conditional sentences. I can listen to the different views about favorite books and find the answers to the questions. And I know how, with the help of the plan, describe my favorite book. Please put the mark. Не забудьте залишити емоджик під відео. Дякую. Please share this story about your favorite writer on one of the social media tools. Thank you. Hope to see you soon, my dear students. Bye.